Okay. Oh, this is nice. It's like a little arid desert. So, are they tougher here for sure?
Yeah, but I mean, not for me.
The
I think he might be
ironworks is
fine
crawling with
though. He
enemies.
leveled up enough.
It could be very dangerous for us if we don't go on the offensive.
It's supposed to be like level 10 crap.
I actually got a weapon module, which is interesting. Oh, how's Halo liking it?
Oh, he loves it. It's like, yeah, it is like Warframe, and he loves Warframe.
I'm
Well, he's
honestly
played both Destiny
curious.
and Warframe, but
I tried Destiny. Destiny just didn't feel right. I mean, also largely in part because of its whole game model of the old is useless and you can't play those stories anymore, and you know that whole conversation. Warframe still felt fine. Warframe was still its own thing, you know, ups and downs, you know, and not complaining. What depends who you ask, because like a lot of people complain. Even my brother, he's kind of getting tired of it a little bit, but not like too much. And then Descent comes up, which is kind of like a mini Warframe. Does that make sense? And,
yeah.
And that's
I'll
not
just say it's a game in the same genre.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, it's the same thing. It's a loot and shooter grind, but it has a little different aspect of it, like with the weapon level ups, the way you grind them. The module character is kind of nice. The fact that ability mods are kind of the same. It does have some of that. I noticed.
You got crossplay out before Warframe 2.
Oh my god.
That's the only reason why I don't play Warframe. I'm not restarting.
Fair enough, right? Oh, crossplay aside, the game does look amazing. It does play pretty dang smooth. You know, it's still beta, so some rough spots here and there. But the fact that it feels good.
Is approaching. We need to defeat it before it joins the formation.
Like I genuinely like it. Boop. And they sound like green too when they die. I'm curious how they're gonna keep the game going along though. Like if you're just gonna be opening more planets, more area.
Yeah, right now it looks like you get to play this whole continent. So I'm not sure what else they're gonna do for content or areas.
Because there might be a conversation for later on. Like Warframe's problem was that it was just repeating the same planet. People got tired of it real quick. Oh look, another planet. We made it open world. Now look at the missions. They're the same thing, but in another planet. You know, might be the same thing in this game's version as well, where it's got its own, you know, copy paste missions. I'm gonna assume.
I think that's the biggest issue with being a veteran in the game. You've been there since the beginning and you see how it games you. At the end of the day, the devs are usually fixing the overall new user experience, and all that content looks juicy to someone who's never seen the game before. And it makes it more of a fuller game versus someone who's been playing for years. You're like, oh, this is just like a 30-minute area. To someone who's like, oh, this game has open world, that's cool, and they hop in and see the, 90+ hour content that Warframe can provide them. And I think a lot of people forget that it's not about you anymore. You played it enough, move on. It's about the new user experience, so they try to make that more. They
Try to make
expand
that
upon
more
that.
accessible.
We need Vulgus biodata
Yeah.
for our weapons.
So
Send us
I
files
played a
to collect
crap ton of
ready.
MMOs, shared world games, free to play games, and I've seen games change over the years in
Oh, for
various different
sure.
ways. I've seen games die, and
Yeah, crash
usually
and
when
burn.
a year
Rest in
later,
peace,
2
Grounded,
years
if
later,
you know what I'm talking about.
usually when they put effort like that, it's more for getting new users and
No,
not the older
not
users.
Grounded. Gigantic. Now that's a game. Gigantic.
It'll
That
be a
was a
great
game.
help to our soldiers if we can
Sorry, go
improve
on.
their weapons by analyzing this biodata.
That's all I was gonna say.
We'll try and collect as much of it.
New user experience usually. It's because like a veteran is only gonna play for so much and do so much. They're gonna beat the new 30-minute content, but they need something to
Yeah.
bring new players.
So
They usually
the
focus
cycle
on
begins.
making, yeah, usually focus on making the game look better.
I guess that was the main problem with Warframe, is that it just cycled so much, it got really tiresome for a lot of people. And you know, it's what it is. You know, you can only make so many ideas, but then to make them and, you know, fix them up. Like my favorite aspect, which I don't know if they'll do with this for this game, Arcwing. It took them a year to basically sort that out, and dude, it is fun now. Like, it is fun. Your Arcwing is sexy. You blow stuff up. You have fun, you know, being basically a badass and flying with your Arcwing souped up and your big old weapon. It's really come along. Now, when it first came out, was that the case? No. It was probably one of the worst experiences you could have. Like, legit, it was bad. But did I shit on them? Was I like, wow, they should never make it? No, I was annoyed, but I'm not gonna, you know, choose somebody out like that. I still liked it in the end. Like, I actually still played it a little bit when it was up. Not a whole lot though. So that could be curious if they're gonna do that for this game, where they give us something like that.
That should be enough data.
If we're gonna be flying or anything, but
Oh, they're gone.
I mean, if you
I wouldn't
break
mind that.
down, if you break down what an Arcwing essentially is
Jetpack.
to Warframe. So, usually in MMOs or other shared world games, you have a way of travel, and I don't know what they would do for this game, or if they even need it, since
True, you have quick travel. Yeah.
fast travel. Yeah,
They might not.
maybe they have vehicle-based missions, and possible. I mean, that's the only reason why Destiny added it. Something monetizable, something they can sell you skins on. So if this game wanted to make money, they'd probably figure out a way to create a vehicle-like thing to market off of. Because Warframe, you can buy colors for it, you can buy different types of it. Just like the frames, there was different types of
different colors, different palettes. Yeah, a lot of similarities with that too. But I guess what catches me in the first Descent is that it's obviously, well, the name's kind of cool. I like the name, and it's it feels a lot nicer, if that makes any sense. Like like I think like how you said it, the best word is that it's a grounded version of Warframe. Which again, I know we're still comparing it, but it's just what I've played the most. Like, I've played Warframe for years. Like,
the comparisons are fine when the literally modding system is the exact same.
Yeah, and like there's similarities that I can't ignore. The modding system, the polarities, the potato or catalyst, whatever you want to call it. And that's not to say it takes away from it. It actually lets me get in a lot easier for me personally because I know what I'm playing. Oh, I'm playing not Warframe, but these guys and gals did their own take on it. They said we're gonna try it out, and it's fucking cool. Like,
We need to destroy it to stabilize the
there's
vicinity.
abilities that I just clicks on my head like, oh, this is Rhino with a bit of Volt, with a bit of you know, another character, and it's just what my brain does.
This is your grave.
But I like that. Get him. Got him. Way on top. Also, it does feel like the weapons have more like. The thing about Warframe abilities were kind of like your make or break in a lot of situations. Then they added the new system where you can fuse Warframes together, which is kind of busted. I'm really curious if that'll ever be something here. That could be fucking
You
cool.
need to find the enemy soldiers there.
But it might break the game too, cause yeah, it's kind of broken.
I just hope they have a crap ton of Descendants to play around with. That's all I really need. Because at the end of the day, most people only play like one character when they doing a specific runs and grinding anyways.
Yeah,
That's
true.
I get different genre, but the biggest complaint I ever had about Battlefield is they would always advertise having a gun, and at the end of the day, you would only use 5 or 6, maybe even less. So though cool options is cool and all, but when you know a specific class or type is good for a specific run or raid, we all know you're just gonna stick to that class anyways, that weapon type, that, you know,
Oh,
status.
I get what you mean.
So having a lot of stuff, cool options, whatnot, but that also means downtime on content because they're pumping out a whole bunch of characters. So the small amount of characters they have out now are pretty solid, and I think that's because they're not bombarding us with 100+ characters, mix matching and doing all these crazy things, and just more focusing on making sure it works by default. So I just hope it doesn't, like Destiny, what does Destiny do? They have a kajillion guns, but end up shelving majority of them, vaulting majority of them, because what's the point? New DLC, we're gonna give you new weapons. The old ones are just skins now. That's another, you know, ends up turning all that grind and stuff into waste of time, and pretty much your cool gear that you farmed for turns into just collectible gear, just to show off. Yeah, I was there day one, founder, whatever you call it. I did the first raid, so I have this gun I can show off to, and this calling card, you know. I'm just like, I hope it doesn't go down that.
We've detected unstable energy in the vicinity.
Then quality.
There should be bombs nearby.
And then spending time battling, and then no time on content, and then trying to fix stuff. Oh, we released 20 characters, but it messed up the game, so now we gotta backtrack and then spend more time tweaking.
I'm pretty sure they're gonna find their flow. Because you have great examples already, like how Warframe is and other miscellaneous titles that, like, there are some titles that have only been in Asia, for example. There was at one point an Asian Warframe.
I hope it just leads into more Warframe and less Destiny. Right now, only the guns that remind me of Destiny. which
You've
isn't
identified a
bad.
powerful enemy unit. Defeat it, crumble the Vulgus line of defense.
It's funny, I can't even agree with you on that because when I played Destiny, it was alright, but the second I find out, like right when I found out everything is garbage, I just stopped playing.
I played for a while. Like the first one I beat it all the way through, got the DLC late, but still played it. And I got a lot of the weapons and stuff, but Destiny 2, like, weapons are cool, and depending on what class you are, it's pretty cool stuff and whatnot. Like the weapon designs and how the guns look, and they're pretty unique. Like, you could get some pretty cool looking armors and stuff in Destiny, and color shaders and cool looking weapon skins, or just cool looking legendaries in general. And then in this game, like the legendary, I have the skin on my shotgun, so that's cool. And then the gun that I'm using, the freaking, whatever you call this, the Thunder Cage. Yeah, like the guns have names and all that. That's literally Division Destiny style, and that's fine because it's not, it's not doing anything crazy. It just reminds me of Destiny. Everything else, however, yeah, I'm kind of glad it's more Warframe than Destiny, because Destiny doesn't really have much. Most people that like Destiny, and this is gonna be one of those, you're gonna end up hating me for saying it, but it's true because you're offended by it. Most people that like Destiny is because they're not good at shooters, and they need to take full advantage of all the gimmicks that the guns have, like the ones that you can shoot the wall and they bounce through wall, and everyone complained about it on Reddit because it was stupid. But you could literally shoot the wall and kill people because the bullets would ricochet and hit anyone, so you literally don't even have to chase anyone down. You can just spray and pray into a wall.
Busted, I'm not gonna lie.
And then we all know Titans are overpowered in PvP. There's literally so many posts, but the devs are Titans themselves, so they say screw us hunters. Yes, I'm a hunter, so you guys are already complain about that. Oh, you chose hunter, not warlock or Titan? Oh, well, no wonder you're bitching. Yeah, exactly. But warlocks are, if you have a support warlock, you're gonna have a good time. If you're playing PvP against a warlock, you're gonna have a bad time. That's just how it goes. If you're playing with the Titan, well, pretty much, they're gonna either tank for you or they're gonna throw their Thor hammer at you and ruin your PvP experience. So yeah, it's just not.
One thing
I don't really care.
One thing before I take a quick minute away, because I gotta take care of something. In mid-mission, like I'm doing it right now, mid-mission, you had your nice little speech, which, hey, if people get a little uppity, then you know what? He's probably right. That's just how Brady works. I can literally go to my menu, fix up my weapons, sell weapons, and break them down for material, which is really reminiscent of mobile games. Get this material to craft something else. That's kind of a cool aspect of it too, so it feels like you're even doing more grind, but it's actually like super fluid. Like I did this while we were talking. Well, I was listening to you mostly, and I could just break my weapons, get the materials, fix up my cores, which is like the powers and armor, etc. And I can just do that, change my weapon loadout right here and there. I can even go through my perks, which is right here, or my mods, if you will. My modules. It's fucking cool. This is really cool in my opinion. Does Warframe have this? No. Do other games have it? They probably do. A lot of things move real quick, but this is really nice. That might be the reason why I'm liking this game so much and feeling so comfortable with it, is the fact that this game feels really nice. It feels fresh. It feels like a different take on me playing Warframe for so long. So it just already feel warm into it. I've heard the back and forth already, and I think there's 3 videos going in right now talking how this game needed more time, how a lot of these are like reused ideas, and how it plays could have been a bit more flashier, a bit more eye-catching even. People are gonna nag on anything. And I've come to realize that if they don't like any one little thing, they're just not gonna care for it. But for me, it's been really nice. Now, am I getting? Do I love the whole everything's a loot system essentially? Yeah, I know, but it gives me something to grind for. Like the weapons, that's badass. I don't mind that. The characters, I can grind the characters too. That's also very nice. We need to figure out how that's going to change whenever they do the full update. And
I kind of have an idea, and it kind of sucks.
And this feels like a more in-depth thing too with the external components, which is again another reminiscence of the mobile stuff where you min-max your character. So it's neat. Now, obviously things are gonna be changing because this is beta. Everything is feel good right now. That's kind of the whole point of it, to have people and the feedback and everything. But we'll find out what they're gonna do in like what, a few days. So I'm pretty hopeful for the game. It's not super hype as it is as other games, but to me it's like a nice little warmer spot. That's how I feel with it. So I'm pretty happy with the game so far as it is. I'm hoping they do good stuff with it. I'm hoping there's a lot more interesting things to poke at it, because Warframe did quite a lot, and honestly I think we got a little spoiled and we got caught onto a lot of the nicks of the game. This game feels, like I said, a bit of everything. Even you're saying it's a bit of Destiny, Warframe, mobile aspects of the grinding factors and this and that, or how it looks like to me. So I'm not complaining on that at all. Unless like how they break your one rule, like, which I do agree with it. If the money isn't like a 1-to-1 or slightly off in one way or the other, then that's not too bad.
I hate that.
It's like, you know, you spend $10 and you get like $3 worth of in-game money. That's not right at all. So
yeah,
and
it's like I hate it when people's rebuttal is you're just poor, and I'm just like, no, I'm just not stupid. I work for my money. I want to spend the exact amount on something. Why am I going to give more for less?
yeah,
it just
and
doesn't make sense to me.
I know there's people who did that with Warframe 2, where they like, you could farm stuff, and that's fine, but people would get like the god rolls, which is like the literal pay to win, if you want to say that. I know, blasphemy, but like there were some ribbons that were just ungodly, and they would mow down like low 9999999. So I don't know, it depends who you talk to in that conversation, but that's neither here and there. Give me a minute, I'll be right back. I tangled my headphones. Okay, I'm back, Birdie. I'm sorry. I made you wait. Are you there, Birdie?
Yeah.
We need to secure a base to allow our users and allies to maneuver without being detected. Initiate a preemptive occupation operation at the designated base.
Do you know if the gold versions of these characters are they stronger?
I'm not sure.
Hornet's nest.
I've been trying to unlock the parts of the extra. I don't even know how to get the other parts. So I'm guessing finishing the campaign might be the way. But the third area is like ridiculous.